Alright, so I got a couple more projects I'm working on here. Now, one of them is just going to be for this video. And what it is a light for the bottom of these monitors, because when I game, I got this overhead light here, but unfortunately it kind of lets some glare off onto the monitors and makes it a little bit hard to see what's going on when I'm playing games or whatever. So I figured I'll put some lights underneath here since there are no buttons. The buttons are all on the right side over there, along with these other monitors. So I was going to make 3 of them, have them wired across, and hopefully that will just light up my keyboard and desk space rather than the screens themselves. So designed up some boards in Express PCB, and then I basically just print screen them, put them over here, and reverse the image. And now I'm going to print them out, but I got to make sure that when I'm printing it out, it is the right size, because my board here is only going to be about 4 inches by 6 inches. So when I built this whole thing here, I took into account that from corner to corner it would actually turn out to be 6 inches by 4 inches. Then once I print screened it on here, I can work on it here as I wish, clean it up, get rid of the dots. Originally it looked like so, except for I added the white dots. And now when I print it out, I gotta make sure that I print it out the size of the circuit board. So it's going to be 4 inches, and because I did it all right, it's about 6 inches across. And I'm printing it out on my PCB transfer paper, that way I can iron it on to my circuit board. Alright, so there we have it. Now I just have to put it upside down on here, iron it on, and voila. Alright, my board is now nice and shiny after cleaning it with steel wool, making sure to get all my fingerprints off it. And of course the yellow page also, I make sure I never touch the parts that have the toner on, or else once you put it down anywhere that you have your finger oil on will probably not stick too well. So yeah, just make sure it's aligned, and I kind of can see through the board ever so slightly. Might be hard for you to see, but just make sure that the traces are on the copper itself, not on or overlapping the edge of the line. So I often have a lot of troubles trying to get the toner to stick to the board. So this time I just kind of trying something a little different. Heated it up with my iron, and kind of as I went, I kind of dabbed it with some cotton balls just so I don't burn myself, and I kind of apply even pressure without, you know, squishing the toner and making it spread like you can do if you push with the iron too hard. So, and hopefully this turns out a little better and peels off easier. I usually soak the board in water, but this time I'm just going to try to peel it off because it seems to be coming off fairly nicely already. Well, maybe not. Just a steady amount of pressure. I'm just going really steady because I don't want to tear any of the toner off. As little as I can anyway. Turning out really good though. Alright, so there's a little bit of toner left over on the sheet, but I'm just going to use some permanent marker and kind of do some touch-up work using an image on the computer as my reference so that I don't make any mistakes. when it comes out as well as it has, then I'm just not really up to redoing the entire board by sanding it down and such. There's quite a lot of work to do that. And toner, where it does stick, tends to stick fairly well, so it takes a little muscle to get all the toner off, just to put a new layer of toner with all your traces on. So I'm just gonna keep doing this until I'm done. Alright, so I got the layout printed onto my PCB board, and I'll put it into the acid here and let it sit. I gotta make sure it's all dipped in, so I'm just gonna push it with my finger, try not to get any on it. I'll wash my hands. And now I put it in upside down so that the copper, well, it dissolves, falls to the bottom rather than just kind of sit on top and prevent it from working out. So it's been about an hour. See how it looks wherever you are. And it's done, it looks like. So I'm gonna go wash it off, put all the parts on it. Alright, after using my drill press, I am done drilling my something holes, so I'm kind of relieved about that anyway. So now just gotta cut it in chunks, so I'll do that now. So I'm done cutting. I kind of ignored my technique of using a X-Acto knife just to score the boards and then snap them off. Instead I used my Dremel with just a cutting disc, so it worked fine, and it kind of leaves cleaner edges, so you can clean off around the edges. So there's this here's my light for my monitor. Now this is going to be another project I'm going to work on. It's just a board. I'm going to put all different color LEDs in it so I can kind of get an idea what it would look like. And then this little board is for another project on top of that, for this power plug splitter. And it had a light in the top here, but it was just a little one little orange LED, and it wasn't very bright, so I'm going to put in some super bright 5mm LEDs. Well, we'll see how that works compared to how it worked before. But for now, I'm just going to concentrate on my monitor light, and hopefully that works out well. So these things are really hard to handle because they're so small. So with enough patience and dumping them all over on the table, he will grab a hold of one eventually. Alright, now I don't want to warm up my toaster oven just for this little board, so I'm going to cheat a little bit and actually use my hot air gun. This one's a Mastercraft, 116 watts, and it says 12.5 amps anyway, so I'm going to just keep it on low and kind of slowly approach it. And there I have it. I just glued it on the bottom there. And now I can just flip the switch on. And I got no more glare. I love it.